First thing we got to do the install on this particular full surface continuous hinge is remove the 2 screws on both ends of the box to get the hinge out. Alright, comes with our screw pack here with our sex bolts and placement screws, and that is our full surface continuous hinge. Just to organize the job, I normally take the female side of the sex bolts and put them on the inside of the door. And then obviously the male side we just put on the outside, just to expedite things and keep it organized. I normally place 4 self-tapping screws on the outside of the door where we're going to be installing the hinge. 2 of those screws will be on the door side and 2 will be on the frame side. It just basically keeps the door in place while you're installing the sex bolts. Obviously you're going to need more than just 4 screws to hold on this full surface continuous hinge. The problem with this particular door is pretty obvious. You can see where it's rubbing at the top of the door. Ugh. And that's caused because someone installed the wrong pivots. And they no longer make the pivots for this particular storefront door, so we're going to put a full surface continuous hinge on it. On this particular hinge, you just have to slide this one side up and off. And then I just take the cover plates and set them aside somewhere safe where you're not going to bend them. This is going to be the frame side, this is going to be the door side. You just remove this screw and then it comes off. Remove the 3 screws and then the door will drop.
This is normally where the pivots fail anyways. You just simply drill 6 holes kind of next to each other and weaken the pivot to where you can hit it with a hammer and it'll come right off, rather than pulling up the threshold and pulling out the previous pivot. And it's a good clean install just to do it that way.
Hold still. Jack. Damn you. Steve. Just drill 6 holes in a row and then hit it with a hammer. It'll come right off. Install the 1 self-tapper at the top and then 1 close to the bottom. Now we're ready for the door. And now you just remove the pivots from the door. And there are bolts on the inside. You just use an adjustable wrench, or in this case we use a ratchet wrench to get those off. The reason why you only put 1 self-tapper at the top and then pretty close to the bottom is so that if you do miss, so to speak, and the door needs to move around, whether it go up or down, you can still have that flexibility. This actually has a good 1/8 of an inch at the top, an 1/8 of an inch at the side, and an 1/8 inch at the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and secure this the rest of the way, and we'll remove these self-tappers and put the sex bolts through the door itself. And then we'll add more self-tappers on the outside and follow them up with a rivet at the top and the bottom so they can't pull it off. And we normally put 1 in the middle as well.
We're using a 3/8 drill bit for this.
3/8 drill bit holes. You want to finger tighten these. And then chuck them down. You can actually not, you don't really necessarily have to put your finger on it, but I do it just for good measure. And that is how the female side looks when it is installed correctly.
I know, but I like doing things a difficult way.
They keep the Allen wrench where you can easily find it. You just fit this in the channel, give it a tap all the way down.
Sexiest technician ever.
And now you just tighten down your set screw.